There's a ridiculous number of questions we don't have answers for about the coming patch and the future of Splatoon 3. How long are content updates happening? What's the future outlook on more Splatfests? Are these weapons going to be any good? Which of these changes that are coming out with the patch are going to impact competitive play, and by how much? If I were to claim that I knew the answers to all of these questions, I'd have a very successful video, but I'd also be a fraud. So what I want to talk about instead is something that's been confirmed on Twitter, even on the Splatoon NA account, which is a change in the rewards for Splatfests. The announcement reads that from the next Splatfest on, we'll get conch shells for winning 10x, 100x, or 333x battles. The attached image shows a 333x battle with a little icon indicating 33 conch shells, so I'd extrapolate that to assume that a 10x battle is worth 1 conch shell and that a 100x is worth 10 of them. It then goes on to say that when you battle against your own team, you're able to get a Conch Clash, a 10x clash, and a 33x clash. There's an attached image of the Conch Clash label indicating that the battle is worth 1 shell. For context, quote-unquote mirror matches, that is, matches against players on the same team as you, don't provide either team with clout, that is, the points that contribute toward winning the Splatfest. It's really important that fests work this way, because if they didn't, the most popular team would always get the most clout, just from playing more matches than any other team was capable of playing. That said, when the fest is billed as an opportunity to beat up people who disagree with you and prove yourself correct by force, being put in a lobby where you're instead preaching to the choir is inevitably going to feel like you're being denied that experience. I've always felt like the best way to process this is to decide, well, even if every match I played for hours wasn't a mirror, the contribution I'm making is so tiny when there are millions of other players involved that I'm not going to sweat a mirror, especially since the mirror makes it so I'm getting matches in a reasonable amount of time. A lot of Splatoon 3's matchmaking design is based around reducing wait times as much as possible, which is something I feel like more people should appreciate, given how fast Splatoon matchmaking is compared to some other online games. Realize that you can often play multiple games of Splatoon, including matchmaking, loading times, results screens, in the time it takes to find a single game of League of Legends. Not play a single game, find one. But there have been very popular, or at least very loud, contrary opinions that have caught on as a meme of our culture around this game that mirror match is bad. Multiple voices have made valid points arguing that actually mirror match is not bad, or even mirror match is good, but the prevailing opinion I see online is still mirror match is bad. Now, I couldn't tell you what the discourse has been like about these mirror matches in Japan, and that discourse is far more likely to shape the dev team's policy about them than anything written in a language I can read. But this change seems pretty well designed to answer that complaint of ours. Without budging on lengthening queue times, the devs are tying some real stakes to these mirror matches that will get players invested, rather than just sparking a lot of lazy Squid parties among Splatfest teammates. Possibly the strongest incentive they've tied into Splatoon 3 in general, even more in some cases than a player's competitive rank, is gacha rolls. People really want those special banners or titles to go under their names, to the point where data miners put out a piece of software that lets you calculate your RNG seed and know what rewards you'll get from it and when. There are so many things you can get from it that even some of the heaviest users still haven't rolled everything they want. Tying this into Splatfests gives those matches some much-needed stakes to keep things interesting, and it also encourages people to play the Splatfests more, since it gives them an opportunity to grind for those rewards much more than they usually can. Let's enjoy our silly Conch Clashes and farm the heck out of the gacha, because that's a much more fun thing to do than complain about design decisions about an imaginary contest that doesn't have any real-world implications and is just there for us to have some fun and grow in community together with. Complaints are only valuable if they lead us to real change, and otherwise they're exhausting for everyone, including the complainer. This is also dating advice.